Did you know that beetles are one of the most fascinating and diverse groups of animals on the planet? They can be found almost everywhere, from tropical rainforests to the driest deserts. With over 400,000 described species, beetles account for about 40% of all known insects and 25% of all animal life forms on Earth. And the most amazing part, scientists believe that thousands of species are still waiting to be discovered. So today, let's dive into the world of these tiny giants, exploring their impressive characteristics, fascinating facts you probably didn't know, and the vital role they play in ecosystems. Get ready to be amazed. First, let's talk about the defining feature of beetles: their wings. Unlike many other insects, beetles have two layers of wings. The outer layer, known as the elytra, acts as armor, protecting the delicate inner pair of wings responsible for flight. This adaptation allows beetles to survive in hostile environments, such as hard soil or tree trunks. And did you know that not all beetles can fly? Some, like the Bombardier beetle, have sacrificed this ability in exchange for other even more incredible adaptations. Speaking of the Bombardier beetle, it is one of the most impressive insects out there. When threatened, it can spray a hot chemical jet at over 100 degrees Celsius at its predators. This mechanism works like a controlled explosion inside the beetle's body, mixing chemicals in a special chamber and releasing them under high pressure. What's even more fascinating is that this defense not only deters predators, but also serves as a brilliant example of biological engineering, inspiring scientists to develop new technologies. And we can't forget about giant beetles, like the Hercules beetle, considered one of the largest insects in the world. It can grow up to 17 centimeters long and lift objects weighing 850 times its own body weight. That's equivalent to a human lifting more than 60 tons. Beyond its impressive strength, the Hercules beetle is famous for its territorial disputes, where males use their long horns to battle each other. These fights are fascinating natural spectacles that demonstrate how these insects are incredibly adapted to survive and thrive. But not everything about beetles is about brute strength or survival. Some of them are true artists of nature. Have you ever heard of the jewel beetle? These tiny insects are known for their vibrant, metallic colors that shine like real jewels under sunlight. These colors are not caused by pigments, but by a special optical structure in their scales, which reflects light to create an iridescent effect. Besides being incredibly beautiful, these beetles use their colors to camouflage or scare off predators. Another fascinating aspect is the relationship between beetles and the environment. They play crucial roles in ecosystems as decomposers, helping recycle organic matter. Beetles, like the dung beetle, roll balls of dung that are buried in the soil, serving as food for their larvae and helping to fertilize the ground. This behavior, besides being curious, is vital for maintaining healthy soils and reducing pests in pastures. Now, did you know that some beetles have a surprisingly close relationship with humans? For example, in some cultures, beetles are seen as symbols of rebirth and immortality. The famous Egyptian scarab was considered sacred by the ancient Egyptians, representing the cycle of life and the power of the sun. Moreover, some beetle species are used in biological pest control, helping farmers protect their crops without the excessive use of pesticides. However, not everything about beetles is positive. Some species can cause significant damage to agriculture and forests. The pine beetle, for instance, has devastated entire forests in various parts of the world. These small insects reproduce rapidly and feed on wood, compromising tree health. On the other hand, science is constantly searching for ways to balance the presence of these beetles with environmental conservation by studying their life cycles and behaviors. And finally, let's talk about the future of beetles. Despite being incredibly resilient, many species are threatened due to habitat loss, excessive pesticide use, and climate change. But there is hope. Various organizations worldwide are working to preserve these insects and their habitats. After all, beetles are not only fascinating but also essential to the planet's health. Beetles also exhibit curious social behaviors that vary from species to species. A fascinating example is the cooperative behavior observed in some dung beetle species. In certain situations, pairs of beetles work together to move dung balls to a safe location where they will be buried. This partnership behavior is rare in the insect kingdom and demonstrates impressive coordination, essential for ensuring the survival of future generations. Another interesting aspect is how some beetles possess extraordinary adaptations to protect themselves from predators. The tortoise beetle, for example, has a flattened body that allows it to hide under tree bark or leaves. When threatened, it retracts its legs under its body, forming a kind of impenetrable shield. This defensive ability, combined with its appearance that blends into the environment, makes it a true master of disguise. Additionally, beetles play a significant cultural role in various parts of the world. In Latin America, for instance, the rhinoceros beetle is often associated with luck and prosperity, becoming the subject of legends and local stories. These insects are so iconic that they even inspire artists, who use their shapes and vibrant colors in paintings, sculptures, and jewelry. The beauty and complexity of beetles continue to capture human imagination across different times and cultures. Lastly, it is important to highlight how scientific research involving beetles has driven technological innovations. The study of these insects' wings has inspired engineering projects, including flight devices and high-resistance materials. The ability of some species to survive in extreme conditions has also sparked great interest in biotechnology. Beetles are true jewels of nature, both for scientists and wildlife enthusiasts. So, the next time you see a beetle, remember that it may be small, but its impact on the world is enormous. I hope you enjoyed this journey through the universe of beetles and learned something new. If you'd like to know more or share your experience with these tiny giants, leave a comment.